So when it comes to JavaScript, right, there are additional things, and most of them is time control. For instance, if you have, or you open a web page, for instance, and the text fades in slowly, right? It can be either too fast, too slow, or the speed of that fading just might not make any sense. So you can say, for instance, when someone opens up this web page, the text should fade in with a 3-second timer, right? So in your AI code, you can say, so let you know, in the euro section, make the heading text fade in when someone opens up the browser, and let it fades in a duration of 2 seconds. In other words, it will start off nothing, 1 second, 2 seconds, and it's there. Good enough. Or you can say, if someone hovers over a card, let that card immediately jiggles, or become slightly bigger with a neon acid green glowing border. But let that happen immediately, or you can say, let it happen over a 1 second period. 1 second seems so fast, but it's not. 1 second, 1 second, okay? Or you can say, let it just happen in half a second. So timing is important in JavaScript, even if you're going to create a toast. How long should that toast show on the page before it disappears automatically? Also, should it just pop up, poof, and then poof, gone? Or should it fade in the whole toast, and then fade out, which is normally a much better user experience than this quick actions, right? So that is timing, and precision, of course, is quite important. So if you say 1.2 seconds, you mean 1.2 seconds. The control, of course, have an interaction feel to it. So you click on it and something happens. Sometimes you want it to happen fast. Sometimes you want it to happen slightly slower, as to not be too much in the customer's face. It creates elegance, and it can be a thing that is very snappy. Something happening very snappy. So you are the director. You command behavior, not the syntax, all right? You're not going to sit and code the 1 second in. You're going to tell AI, add 1 second timing to this. Are you going to dictate, as the director, what should be a card? Should this text, this idea, be in a card format? How about, should it maybe be in a euro format? Or should it just be text that's not inside a card? You decide, right? Should icons be used? There's so many things you now, by knowing all this, can do. So we're going to very soon look at typing, right? And how fast a human can type, which is normally 40 lines per minute, all right? Where AI can do 1,500 lines in 1 minute. And compare this to when I say 40 lines per minute for a human being. That will normally be from something, a document, and you type it out, or you're listening to someone and you type, or just a letter to a friend, right? Things like that. But you will most definitely not code at 40 lines in a minute. All right. So this makes it even more impressive because AI generate 1,500 lines of code or anything else you want to throw at it. So there's just 30, look at it, 37 times faster than a human. Just the typing part. Now in coding, imagine you type at 1,500 lines and you type it correctly. You don't forget a comma point. You don't make a mistake in the syntax and so forth. So there's no way that we as humans can type as fast as AI. So what we are interested in is seeing things, in viewing things, in dictating how things should look like. Should the fonts be blue? Should the fonts be going from blue to a green? Yes, you can do all these things. So we are testing all this by just simply viewing how that web page look like. Later on in functionality, we have much more to test. But when we create the front end, the GUI, we can simply look. And you can take that page and send it to someone else to also look and to give suggestions. You can test the forms for if it's valid and so forth. But that's about all we can do. And from then on out, what you do is you tweak things. Yeah, this toast is fading away too quick. There's hardly time to even see what's standing inside it, like product added to cart. It comes up and it's gone too fast. Instead of 1 second, make it 2 seconds. Or yes, this thing is there for 5 seconds. It's there in the web page, and you have to scroll past it to see more product images. Make it less. Things like that. So we, as architects, is not going to worry about how the code look like. All right. You'll see in tier 2 there's refactoring that we can do to check out code. There's all kinds of things, but for this, there's no need for it. We just want to visually see, visually look at it. So context again is power. You architected this and AI gave you the output. You created this really in your vision, right? You might have even drawn it out on a piece of paper, or it can even be a spec that a customer gave you. Or you might have stumbled upon a website that will be a perfect styling for the website you want to build. And yes, you can still tell AI, please go to this website and use a similar style for my website. Not the same colors and stuff, just the styling, the way, the grids are created, the way, the cards look like, the cleanliness, the fonts. So you can say, go and look there, and it can come back and give you something very similar. And then you start working. So once, like the website we created, it's really just a starting point, right? So we're starting off somewhere, and then from there on, we're going to start prompting AI and say, you know what, change this. I want it to look like something else. And you'll continue doing that. So 2 brains, 1 workflow. Logic, speed, code. And then the other part, you, the vision, the wow, the brand, right? This is what you're interested in. You know what, companies and people that gave you a project to do in the past was really sort of neglected on the GUI interface side of things, especially on the GUI, because the coders are so involved in the code. Can Python do this? Are there libraries to do this? How am I going to do this? This is what how a coder thinks while he's talking to a customer, and the customer tells him what they want. He's more occupied if he can code this. Now you are more occupied with, okay, so what is the pain point you would like to resolve? How will this make your company better? What is the idea, the vision you have for the software? Do you have a brand profile for me? You know, are you happy with how your brand is right now? What is your brand voice? Or can we work a little bit on the brand voice for you as well? How about, you know, is this vision that you have, will it be beneficial if we maybe also add all this in a database so you can start keeping track of all of this? And you see, you're not worrying about the code. You're not worried about the architecture you're going to use yet, because you know that AI will do all that coding. You just tell them what it should do and it will do it. Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, PHP, whatever you like. It doesn't matter because you're not doing the coding. It's like the architect going to a customer, get all the data and say to the coding team, which one of you can code PHP? Who's got the most experience? You know, now you just tell AI, code in PHP. So that is very much it. And yes, we go back to our brains. We go back to what is AI doing. Sorry, I know I'm telling you this all the time, but it's something you need to start remembering. Something in here that you can add is gut feel. You know, I was with this customer. You know, he's very friendly and he's jokey. Is this not a bit too serious? You know, can we maybe ease down on the seriousness and so forth? So yeah, you are the orchestrator, and you orchestrate the structure, you orchestrate the style, the interaction and the composition to your AI agents. You're not the coder, you're the architect. So that is it. We're now going to start building all this up. I'll see you in the next lesson. You can start rolling up your sleeves so long. We're going to start building out our first web page. Have a great day. Bye.